We worked really well on my team. We kind of contributed ideas together and we elaborated on them and built them, so we ended up with a product that was something that we were proud to present to the judges. It really wasn't difficult to stay positive because my group was, we had some really great people and we worked really well together and we really enjoyed our scenario and it was really fun. We really enjoyed it. I came up with a whole bunch of different ideas and I actually, my idea ended up being the name of the product, and I presented one of the research section for when we were presenting to the judges. We divided up the different subjects to different people and we took turns explaining it to the judges, and when they had a question we would answer it depending on what section we worked on. We broke up into pairs and we only had a certain amount of time to research our information, so we kind of just went on the different websites that we were allowed to use and we wrote down as many facts that were relevant to our scenario as possible, and later we went back through and we elaborated on them and we built them off into ideas that we could use in our product. We started by breaking up into pairs and researching our different topics, and later when we came together as a group, we all shared our information. We all were brainstorming and some ideas were good, some ideas were bad, but as a group we decided which ones we would use and which ones we wouldn't use for our final device, which would help save our scenario guy. We actually had a lot of different ideas, and had we had more time to compose them all into our device, our device would have been a lot more complex, but due to the fact that we only had a few hours to work, we could only fit a few different qualities into our device. Like I said, we divided up our different subjects into different groups, and each one of us would talk about a different subject. I talked about research, my friend talked about the actual qualities of the device that we created, and then we took turns answering questions when the judges were wanted to ask some things. A lot of ideas were discussed. We had we had this big brown piece of paper and we were brainstorming and writing down all these different ideas, and as a group we decided which ones were going to be too complicated, because if we had more time we would have been able to include a lot more, but since we only had a little bit amount of time, we could only include the certain smaller ones.
Okay, that should be good.
Say it.